a lot to talk about today, guys. A ton of Generation 10 leaks. More specifically, stuff about Pokemon Day 2026, which is so... I believe we're 9 days away from Pokemon Day 2026 as of the time of me recording this video, which is just crazy to think about. I cannot believe it's almost here. It should be huge, guys. If you're not aware of when it is, it's going to be February 27th, 9 a.m. EST or 6 a.m. PST. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications here to help reach our goal of 50,000 subs, and so you don't miss it, because I will be actually live streaming the whole presents. Awesome people up in chat. It's going to be very, very fun, so don't miss it. It's going to be very awesome. First, let's cover the leaks, and then let's talk about Pokopia, because Pokopia is ramping up to actually be a pretty big game. People may be saying this could be the best, if not one of the best Pokemon spin-offs ever made. Okay, so Pokemon Day 2026. This is another 4chan post, which I don't always cover 4chan, but sometimes they do get stuff accurate. Maybe bits and pieces of this is going to be real, but we're in a very fun time right now where Pokemon leaks are just all over the place, and I can't wait to look back and actually see what really happened and what didn't happen. Okay, so apparently a big emotional trailer is going to be shown back like Sun and Moon. Lisa Gen 10, just like in that trailer. This is the trailer from Sun and Moon. It started off basically just kind of showing almost the history of Pokemon in a way, just showing a bunch of different games, a bunch of different generations and stuff, Game Boys, which they did the same thing for the Champions reveal, which was very interesting because it literally seemed like we were going to get a classic collection. I was convinced we were getting a classic collection. I actually do think that they will show an emotional trailer because it's the 30th anniversary. They're going to totally want to like show respect to all of the generations, all of the regions. It's gonna happen. So that, I would say, is pretty accurate from what I'm just assuming. Pokemon Skies and Seas, which is very funny that they said Pokemon Skies and Seas, not Wind and Wave. If you don't know, the Terra Leak said it's going to be Wind and Wave, but the Terra Leak is a little bit older with the information. So we actually have another leak that I forgot about until just now, which is from the Hidden Power podcast they posted. I think it was actually also from 4chan, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, the game is going to be released November 20th. Gimmick allows you to revive fainted Pokemon, 100 new Pokemon, underwater exploration. So exploring underwater, that's definitely gonna happen. That is in the Terra Leak. There's a lot of like animations and renders of underwater in this game, so that seems like it's gonna happen. 100 new Pokemon is a little underwhelming for me, in my opinion, for Gen 10. I was hoping for at least 120, but we don't know yet. We still don't know yet, and that's probably not something we're gonna know until the generation is fully released. Like when the game actually fully comes out, we probably won't know the number until then, right? Gen 10 will definitely be released around November 20th, without a doubt. Sometime around there. They're always in November for like these big new generations, right? However, we have the Billy Bobby For You account, which was that Hannah Montana account, which they posted the bold plate in the mug stuff. They posted a couple of other random things, but their account has been kind of crazy recently. They've been changing it, posting a bunch of random stuff. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the legitimacy of this, but they are claiming that the names are not going to be Wind and Wave, and that's not the first time I've heard of this. I've heard other people even say this before from other leaks. Will the game actually be called Wind and Wave? Like I said, the Terra Leak is a little bit old with the information, so it wouldn't be crazy to say that they changed the names. I want Wind and Wave. I think Wind and Wave sounds great. Let me know what you guys think. We also had like Gale and Surge or Gale and Tide and stuff like that. That sounds cool as well. I cannot wait, and we will know in 9 days. Literally 9 days, guys. We're gonna know a lot. This should be a big reveal trailer, big Pokemon Day, big Pokemon Present, where we get a lot of stuff announced. Other games, of course, other big titles going to be announced and revealed, released, whatever the heck they may announce for those things. But with Gen 10, we will know a lot, and I cannot wait to make videos after that because we've been talking about all of the leaks recently. I've covered the Terra Leak. I may actually do a big recap video. Let me know. Do you guys want me to do a big recap of like just the Terra Leak again? I've already done it, so I don't really feel like I need to, but there are a lot of new people to the leak, so maybe. Or I could just do it on live stream, which turn on the post notifications so you don't miss my weekly live streams, by the way. Very limited footage is shown. Some pieces starting the island with a big city. They emphasize the size of the building around the player, which that was in the Terra Leak that we're starting the game off in the big city. It's not going to be starting off in like kind of, you know, a small town. It will be in the big city. According to the Terra Leak, that is. Could change. Things could always change. A big volcano island is shown to contrast how safe and familiar the city feels, which is true. The map does actually have a volcano. Genuinely does actually have a volcano in it. Very cool. Overall, Pokemon comes back, but grass encounters as well, as a big exclamation mark pops up when the player walks into a giant area filled with grass before the footage cuts to the professors. That would be sick. I'd be down for the grass encounters and the overworld. I like both. I like seeing both. I like seeing the overworld because you can see like shinies and stuff. Makes it a lot easier for someone like me who's not a grinder with the shiny. My camera actually ran out of battery, so we're gonna have to do this video without face cam if you guys are good with that. Two professors like in Scarlet and Violet. One studies how wind directions affect Pokemon migration. The other studies deep seas and how Pokemon adapt and evolve in it. Both talk about encountering a large mysterious Pokemon in an unreachable island, presumably the cover legendaries, which that was also very similar to the Terra Leak about how the legendary Pokemon are going to be hidden on some distant island or something where it's like covered in either a big storm or a bunch of clouds, I guess depending on like which, game you have, wind or wave. So that could be, I mean, that would be very cool. I think these legendaries seem like they're going to be very mysterious, and I'm very excited for that. I cannot wait to see what they look like. I hope they look good, because I'm not gonna lie, bro, some people may agree with this, some people may not. I feel like legendary Pokemon recently just haven't been hitting the same. I feel like Gen 8 and 9 haven't been that crazy with the designs of the legendaries. Let me know what you guys think about that, though. Starters are shown grass type beetle, not a bug type, water type bull, shoots water from its horns, that sounds sick, and a fire type horse, has fire hooves, normal type Route 1 bear. Okay, so this is straight up claiming that the starters are going to be a beetle, a bull, and a horse. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I kind of think that's a little fishy. I think they're cool. That definitely sounds very, very cool. But this to me just, I don't know. I feel like the starters are so up in the air right now because they quite literally could be anything. We don't really have any big starter leaks from the Terra League. Did have like some stuff like basically how we capture these Pokemon. Like essentially what the Terra League was saying, that the starter Pokemon, we're gonna just kind of see them run in the big city and we're gonna have to try to capture all 3 of them, and then we pick the one that we want. At least that's what we know from a while ago when that Terra League first dropped. The starters are obviously the biggest question mark right now, and we will see this reveal all the starter Pokemon for Pokemon Day. Without a doubt, they're going to show the starters. And low-key, I would want them to be something else. I don't necessarily want a beetle, bull, and a horse type starter, but who knows? Maybe the types, designs would look amazing. I don't know. My mind may be changed once we see it. Bug type moth, water and dark type baby orca. That would be dope. I want that so bad. Orca whales are awesome, and I would love that Pokemon. Peacock bird Pokemon as the regional bird, female and male difference is shown. That would be sweet as well. Yeah, I forgot about the regional bird. Guys, let me know, what do you think the regional bird could potentially be for this region if it's based in Southeast Asia? So much is shown compared to Scarlet and Violet due to them making a big deal about it being Gen 10 and 30th anniversary, a lot like Sun and Moon, which does make sense. I mean, it is 30th anniversary, it is Generation 10, the first double-digit generation, which in my opinion is very major, and I don't think that they're going to sleep on it. Like, I don't think that they're just going to make it kind of some lame reveal. Pokemon Go 10th anniversary, that's insane. I'm mind blown that that game is 10 years old. All Gen legendaries will be available throughout the year to catch and fight, about 2 to 3 each month. UI refresh, runs and looks way better, music finally fixed. Pokemon Unite is shown, Zygarde is playable alongside AZ's Floette. Ooh, yo, that'd be dope. Mega Zygarde, Mega Floette, and more stuff to come in the year. Okay, so definitely something to do with Pokemon Go, and Unite will 100% happen. Not necessarily saying this is true. Once again, this is a leak and a rumor, which, 4chan is not always the best place to go. But from my experience, there usually are some things that do become real from 4chan. And I gotta get this information out to you guys. Plus, I love the speculation. I am absolutely addicted to the speculation and the possibilities of what could maybe potentially happen because of the fact that we don't know. We don't know so much, but we do know so much. You know what I mean? Like, the Terra League was crazy with the amount of stuff we know. I'm just sitting back in my chair just waiting. I am just waiting for the official reveal. I cannot wait. Older Poke games are going to be coming to the NSO, spread throughout all the consoles, like Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and GameCube, available in all languages. Pokemon Home compatibility in March, which we did actually hear another leak that Pokemon Home will be compatible with that Gen 1 port immediately. Fire Red Leaf Green being ported over to the Switch on the eShop, not actually the NSO, so I don't know if this is specific talking about that. I think the Switch Online will eventually have some more Pokemon games, like obviously Gale of Darkness. They're going to probably announce that, and then the Coliseum, they're going to probably announce the dates for both of those. So I low-key don't know about this. I think that the Gen 1 ports are going to be revealed and then literally shadow dropped the same day. Maybe also Pokemon Champions. I can see that game also being shadow dropped the exact same day. Overall, this big leak right here, I think the beginning is pretty reliable sounding, other than the starters, but everything else sounds pretty similar to what we saw from the Terra League. The names not actually even being Wind and Wave, could be Skies and Seas. I mean, that would be a cool name too. Skies and Seas does have a cool ring to it. I like Wind and Wave the most though. That is my favorite name that I have seen out of all of the Generation 10 names, at least that are like related to like the Wind and Wave, Gale and Surge, Sea and Sai, you know what I mean? But also with the Sun and Moon reveal right here, we didn't get any gameplay footage. I don't think so, at least. I'm pretty sure they just announced the titles of the game. I don't think that they dropped a big trailer. However, I do think with Gen 10 they will. I don't think that they're going to do the same thing like that. I think they will do a big trailer with a lot of gameplay, and I think we will see the starter Pokemon and the name of the game. Hopefully the box legendaries. That's like a maybe. I think that's like a 50-50. I really would love to see the legendary Pokemon of this region. Alright, let's move on to some Pokopia stuff. So, since I said most of you aren't prepared for how huge Pokopia will be, dude, I'm actually stoked for this game. We had a bunch of people that were able to play the game early on a demo thing up in the UK, which I wish I was able to do that, but almost everyone said it was great. Like, the reviews were fantastic. And I think that's going to be great because this game does low-key seem like it's going to last a long time. This is totally a game that could get updates for years and years. Hopefully some more online capabilities, you know, roll around down the line. I don't know what they could potentially add. There seemingly will be a DLC for the game eventually, which, you know, low-key is not the coolest thing, Game Freak. Just let us have these free updates, man. But still, I'm excited for this game. I'm thinking that it's very different. A lot of people are upset because of how weird it looks, and I agree, it looks weird, but I'm excited because this is the type of ambitious Pokemon game that we need. Game Freak and Nintendo are always so ambitious with their games. They're always so odd and they make weird choices, but that's part of the reason why we love their games so much. So for that reason, this game looking really goofy, I'm excited for it because we're still getting other Pokemon games. We're getting Champions and Generation 10 this year. So if this game isn't great, oh well, we have 2 other games to think about. Well, actually also 3 games because I forgot about the Gen 1 ports. So with that being said, Pokopia seems fun. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it. Are you guys excited for this game? Are you guys going to get it? Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I give you guys daily uploads about Pokemon news, leaks, and updates. Stay safe out there, guys. If you're real and watching this far in the video, comment down below. Otter. Just the word otter. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.